there was a more immediate trigger to the assassination, and that is set out by Bildad in his final book. And this is what Bildad says. Since independence, we had lost Pinto, Boya, Karumba, and J.M. Kariuki. Pinto was one of my best friends. Shortly before he was killed, he had confided in me that he had gathered information about money from foreign countries that had been meant for the freedom fighters and had been used by Kenyatta. This information was extremely damaging to the president, and he was sure it would cause outrage if he would raise it in Parliament. Pinto also shared this information with other friends, and one of them betrayed him. The information that Pio had received was that the British government had given £5 million, not for the settlements of land, but for the compensation and help for the resettlement of people who had come back from the forests and from the detention camps, and for the families who had lost their family member. That money was given by the British. It was received in Kenya. No acknowledgement publicly was made of this, and it was clear that the money had been pocketed. The information was then received by Pio, and when the Kenyan government was certain that Pio knew of this and realized that Pio would raise this in Parliament, it began the move to find a solution to this. The threat was not just to Kenyatta alone. The threat that Kenyatta perceived was that the British would dump him if, in the Cold War situation, they did not find a proxy who could be respected and relied upon. And Kenyatta feared that they would choose an alternative. And so the immediate pressures on Kenyatta moved to this event, and we lost Pinto. The British government had no interest in protecting Pinto. The American government even less. And so there was no cover within the Cold War structure that would find an advocate to speak up for Pinto, who was in fact seen as the centerpiece of strategy against the Cold War allies, Britain and the US.